Well, hello Heathdale community. My name's Dave Baird and I'm one of the pastoral care chaplains here on campus. Just last Wednesday on our Wellbeing Wednesday segment, I shared with the group about these calming jars. Now these are my home calming jars. I've actually got a few others at work. They're a little bit bigger and I use them most weeks. Perhaps if you're a primary school learning assistant or a primary school teacher, no doubt you've probably seen me walking around with these calming or glitter jars. So I thought today I'd give a quick demonstration on actually how to make these. I've tried to find all the utensils and ingredients I need, so I thought I'd take some time and show you how to make it. Now I'm really sorry about my background here. I usually try to have a better background, but I'm actually in the process of moving. So my house is pretty much all packed up. I don't have any dining table. I've got very little furniture, so I'm just here on a small card table. But hey, these are some of the things that you'll be needing to make these calming jars. First of all is a glass jar. Now, this one is the biggest I could find. The bigger the better. It's like your morning cup of tea or your morning cup of coffee, the bigger the better. So, a glass jar. Secondly, you'll need some Elmer's glitter glue. Now, this is all I've got at home. So, it looks like today we're going to be doing a pink or blue or maybe a purple calming jar. So, that's ingredient number 2. Is it an ingredient if you don't eat it? I don't know. Gonna have to research that. And thirdly, some glitter. Now this is called neon glitter. I got it from Spotlight. I'm sure any art supplies place will have them. And last but not least, nice and careful here, a freshly boiled kettle or freshly boiled water from your kettle, but you don't want to pour it in while it's still boiling or even hot. You want to let it cool down. In fact, just warm water will do. Okay, so let's begin. Let's give it a go. Now for your benefit, I'm going to be fast forwarding or at least speeding this up a little bit because it's going to be pretty slow for you to watch me put all of these in there. So for a big jar, you want probably about 2 bottles of the glue. I'm going to put all of it in. The more glue, the better. So you're going to see this sped up now. Let's go. Okay, I'm just going to leave it here for a few minutes just for gravity to do its work and for all of this pink glitter glue to fall down into the bottom of the jar. Okay, so I've left that for a few minutes. It's looking very gooey, very pinky. Time for the blue one. Okie dokie, now that that blue one's also in, this is starting to look really awesome. I added a little bit of water in there just to get the last bit of glue out. So, step number 1 is get all your ingredients in, or at least have all your ingredients available. Step 2, glue into the jar, preferably 2 or 3 bottles, if that is a big jar. If you've got a small one, maybe 1, 1.5. Then the next step is to add your glitter glue. Now, we all realize, don't we, that we've got to be careful with glitter because if we drop it or anything like that, we're going to spend the rest of our afternoons cleaning up. It's very destructive stuff. Now, with this one, I'm going to be putting in a neon blue. I think that's going to look awesome. You don't need a lot because there's already glitter in the glitter glue. Just a few little shakes there. Very good. Nice and careful. And I'm also going to put this purpley one too, because I think at the end of the day this one's going to be a very purple jar. Very purple calming jar. There we go. I feel like a little bit of a witch there. A little bit of this potion, bit of that potion. Alright, and then the final step is pouring in your warm water. Once again, it doesn't have to be pre-boiled. That's just something that I've done and I've waited for it to cool down. And we're going to fill it up not quite to the top. You can see there on the screen, just about to there. We can always add more. It's going to be hard to take it away. Ooh, it's still a bit hot. It's okay. I'm going to let that cool for a few moments and then I'm going to pop the lid on. Okay, so lid is going on. Most important part of this is making sure your lid is on tight. Some people like to super glue it on. I think if you've got some kids around, mightn't be the worst decision. By putting it on, making sure it's cooled down a bit. Obviously heat expands. That's about the limit of my scientific knowledge. Okay, very good. Okay, now the moment of truth. We are going to turn it upside down and give it a bit of a shake. Very cool. I've got one of these at work, and I call it my galaxy jar because it looks like a galaxy. Now, my water's still a little bit warm. Once it's cooled down a little bit, I'm going to put the remainder of the glue in, and I'm going to top it up with water. But basically, this is the glitter jar. This is the calming jar. Here's one that's already been completed, and the water's cooled down. So as you can see at the moment, pretty simple, just a colourful jar. But once we've turned it upside down, all that glitter is going to disperse around the jar, same as this one. Now, the purpose of these, well, that's a good question. First of all, I think they just look cool. Now, the idea is they're called glitter jars. Some people also call them calming jars. And the idea is once you've shaken it up, very slowly, the glue will start to come back down to the bottom. It'll set down the bottom, and you can actually see it. So the idea is that if a student is a little bit agitated, maybe a little bit energetic, and maybe needs something to aid them de-escalate, these are a really good tool to do that. Oftentimes overnight when they're sitting in my office, that is the jars, not the students, the glue will settle back down. So I get the students to use all of their energy shaking all of that glue. That helps them divert some of the energy in. They're doing some motor neuron movements. And then I encourage the students to just sit in front of it and watch it morph, watch it change. It's really special, and it helps with de-escalation. But look, that's my demonstration for today. Once again, you can check this out on YouTube as well. There's some really great ideas. And the awesome thing is, especially if you're making it with either students or your family members or your kids, you can mix and match the color, both by finding a different color glue or a different color glitter. I've got about 6 different colors at work. I've got another 3 now at home. But look, if you've got any other questions, David Baird on Teams, feel free to give me a message. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.